Get sexy.
What's going on, everybody? This is Stubbs from the Retro Handhelds podcast. Today we also have Thor.
Hey, guys.
And we also have Gilly from Retro Oasis / Oasis Digital. Welcome, sir.
Yes, hi. Thank you very much for having me, guys, here. I love the podcast, and I'm super excited to be here.
Well, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, we're excited to have you, man. And we're
Absolutely.
we're gonna dig into some various topics today. So I'm gonna keep it a surprise for right now what we're gonna finally talk about. But to start things out really quick, I've been playing around with the 353P from Anbernic the last few days. You know, I was going to do a live stream on it possibly, but I've been on vacation. I've been getting a little bit of tan out there in North Carolina.
Oh my God, it's so red. It's so cherry red.
Wearing a hat today. But no, the 353P is an interesting device. You know, it has that, well, it has a beta builder reset collection. First of all, I'm going to show you guys.
It has that SNES look.
Things coming.
Yeah.
So it has that SNES look, and that appealed to me. You know, it looks like the SN30. It looks like all the Miu devices, all the other things that try to emulate this, the Superboy. But it has Android, and that's cool. So I picked it up, and it has that 4:3 aspect ratio. Now, it's basically the RG503 without an OLED screen as a 4:3 thing.
So 4:3 and OLED and touchscreen.
It's not OLED, but it's not OLED.
Right, that's what it's not.
But
OLED,
it is touchscreen,
like the 503.
But it is touchscreen, and Android runs pretty beautifully on here. It's a little slow.
And you got 2 gigabytes of RAM, right? Instead of
2
1
gigs
for
of RAM.
503. Yeah.
That's right. You reviewed this. I saw this on your channel, Gilly.
Is the battery life better than the 503?
No, not really. Not really. Because, and here's the weird thing. It has a 124 hertz refresh rate display that I know is hampering the battery. Why did Anbernic put a 124 hertz screen? I know Taki was asking this question, and he couldn't get an answer on it. And I'm just like,
because it was available?
I guess it was available. You know, it's just like, so I tried to lock it to 60, and surprisingly, we're not getting screen tearing. And I don't know why, because it seems like it doesn't line up with the screen refresh rate. But you know what? That's fine. My other complaint with this device is, and this is just for me, it makes a really loud whining sound when the Wi-Fi is turned on.
Oh, the Wi-Fi is not shielded right?
Yeah, it's not shielded. I really only noticed it when I was in bed playing last night, playing a little bit of SNES on this. And I'm like, what is that sound? I put it up to my ears and I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to play this now. Now this is just never going to be in my daily rotation because that noise, like the Game Force Chi, will drive me insane and I won't focus on anything else.
Well, we can.
Is that the worst thing about it for you?
Yeah.
We can have a little talk about shielding speakers here in the near future if you want.
Damn you, Cheeto Steve.
Cheeto Steve got his Cheeto stuffed fingers into this thing. But no, besides having what you'd expect, it's a little bit faster than the RG503, as Gilly was pointing out before the cast. And I have to agree with that. While it's a little faster, it's still not performing great on Dreamcast, PSP, or like higher end Final Burn Neo. So
PSP problems, huh? That's odd.
For me, and I like to run PSP in RetroArch. So if you run PPSSPP standalone, yeah, it does a little better.
Maybe a little better. But not a lot.
I wouldn't use that for any of this. You know what I would use this for and what it's awesome at?
4x3.
Guess what? It's awesome at Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Running SNEX 9X, current core. It rocks it. It looks beautiful. It plays well. And it feels like I'm playing on an SNES. The buttons are nice and mushy.
Is it the ultimate ActRaiser machine? That's the important part.
It might be. Yeah. I mean, dude, I was playing Mega Man on here. I was playing Aladdin. I'm going to make this a dedicated SNES handheld that I play during the daytime, because at nighttime I'm going to hear that damn whine and I'm going to throw it across the room. So,
but wait a minute. If you do that, then you have to play it with the Wi-Fi off so you don't get the noise, and then you won't get your retro chivos, right? on SNES games.
I'll stream internally. Yeah. I know. You know what, man? I spent so much of my vacation without having internet or Wi-Fi, and I got used to not having the retro achievements. And I beat a couple games without achievements the whole time. In fact, when I had the choice to turn them on, I chose not to. So I'm kind of weaning off the teat, the retro achievement teat, as it were. And sorry, I've been hanging around infants a lot lately.
Like how you were only going to buy white consoles, right?
Right. And I waver on these rules because I'll get into that. This isn't white, for instance. I got this in gray. They don't make it in white. But what I'm saying is, oh, and by the way, Elliot my son is 7 months, and he started crawling as of an hour ago. So I'm just a proud dad right now.
Nice. Congratulations.
My heart is full. Yeah. It'll be you soon, sir.
It will be me soon.
Your child.
Yes. I know. I was like, oh, there's so much pride you get when your kids do these first things. Back to the nerd handheld. So as an Android handheld, I'd rate this like a 6.5 out of 10. You know, it's fine for Android. It's fine for what it does. It doesn't beat the RP2 Plus at all. This is a more comfortable handheld.
That's what I was going to ask, how you guys felt about the price point for it, because it is unique looking, and I love that 4x3 screen that was in the 351V, for instance, and the MP. I love that screen, but if it's not price point versus performance anymore, then
you're paying $130, $140 to have an SNES controller that's a little bit bigger than a real SNES controller.
Yeah.
Because the analog sticks.
That does SNES and then some. Again, like 6.5 out of 10 for me. I mean, I like the stacked shoulders. Anbernic did stacked shoulders for once. Can you believe it? That's crazy. We got these like rubber boobs in the back. They don't really do much for it. In fact, I would say let's take these off if possible. And it can run Linux and like Batacera and all those operating systems. It has like a GelOS on it.
We should be getting more performance with GelOS. I've seen some
probably.
videos. Yeah, should be getting more performance.
You can get more Dreamcast, especially out of it, and probably PSP. But for me, I'm just going to come back to this. Use this as an SNES handheld. It looks cool for that.
It
Not
does.
For $140. Is this a necessary purchase if you already have like a 351 device? Nah.
No.
Not really. It's kind of comfy.
It's a hell more comfortable than a 351 device.
Well, it is. It is. If you got big hands, it's definitely it is comfy to play on.
I have primate hands, so I actually need something.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Gilly? What was your take on this device?
I think you made a good point about needing one of these. I got mine over here. I did one review, a couple of videos about performance on the Dreamcast side and on PSP. I think it's a lot more comfortable than other Anbernic devices, especially the more squared ones like the 351P or the 552. I have like really big hands, and
Us too.
It's I just think it fits a lot better, and I love that. I think the way it is rounded, the distance between the analog sticks and the shoulder buttons, it's not bad at all.
Yeah,
but at the same time, we're not going to be using that much if you will focus
really,
on retro gaming.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think it's worth an upgrade if you already have a retro handheld device. If you don't, I think it's good. And then it would be great for retro gaming, and it's a lot more comfortable than previous versions, from Anbernic.
If you have stacked shoulder buttons, make a huge difference. I mean,
they do. They feel good. They feel good.
I know people defend the 351 device R1, R2 right next to each other. Like, I mean, they defend it. Like it's throwing a knife in the sand, saying a 351 would be better with stacked shoulder buttons, right? But it really would. I mean, it just would. It'd be so much better.
It would. So this is what, if you need stacked shoulders and you don't own like a 351 MP or something, this is going to do you pretty well. people were asking me today. Mr. Faust was talking to me about this, and I kind of talked about him buying this. He's like, should I buy it for like shmups and like a lot of Final Burn Neo stuff? And I'm like, nah. I mean, it's fine. You know, it's good. I think the refresh rate thing for me, it was driving me crazy. I think Anbernic can do better, but they're on the right track.
Yeah.
Like, this is better than the 503 in my mind. This is better than whatever horrific thing was before that.
Do you think we need a dedicated shmup handheld at some point?
We do.
It seems like it's getting more and more popular to the point where somebody may consider making like a MAME shmup handheld, right?
Right. Well, Rapid keeps choosing shmups like every week for these Game of the Week things in our Discord. And I'm like, I better get myself a nice shmup device, which the 552 works well for that. You can turn that to the side to have that nice long screen, or you can use like your GPD XP or a Kishi or something with a wide screen just tilted up. I think would look pretty good.
Speaking of Kishi, I heard somebody got himself something new.
So in our new segment here of mini reviews before we start the cast, I also got the Kishi V2, which Gilly, I know you did as well. I watched your video on that.
Yeah.
Let's show it off to the peeps. So I got a Samsung
that doesn't look
Ultra
bad,
in
dude.
here. And
that doesn't look bad.
This is the first time of any of these attached controllers that I am like, I think I'm going to set up this extra phone I have as a dedicated device. This beats out, this has an 865 plus Snapdragon, which just barely beats out the Dimensity 1200 in the GPD XP Plus. I think I'm going to try to use this as my wide boy and my shmup machine.
Right.
And the Kishi V2, by the way, is awesome. Nice clicky buttons. I think it beats out the GameSir X3.
Because it has analogs, right?
Because it has analogs, and they feel good. And it has an M1 and M2 extra button up here on top. Yep. It's just really, it feels solid. It feels solid, and it really feels like this is one unit. Yeah.
Well, you've got your S21 in there, right? And you didn't have to modify it, because we had to modify it our phones in the V1.
I even put my Pixel 6 in here with the case on, and it fit perfectly.
Oh, wow.
I just had to take out the little inserts that you have in here.
Yeah, but
this time around they made the
wobbly.
Wasn't wobbly. This is way more solid than the X3.
Good job, Razer.
It's a really nice, tight design. The joysticks feel really nice. The only complaint I have with this is that the face buttons are a little too clicky, and I wish it was more like the original Kishi there. I wish they were a little mushier. It feels like an RP2 Plus clicky level.
So it's still a membrane. It's not an actual click switch. You think?
It's clicky. It's very clicky.
What do you think, Gilly? Yeah, what's your thoughts?
The face buttons are very clicky. They don't bother me that much. I think it's okay. I mean, for games like a God of War with quick time events, I think they're great because they're like super fast,
snappy.
I think the first one, it feels like the plastic of the first one, it's stronger. I don't know. It feels like a little bit rougher. I don't know if you guys had the first one. And,
we did, yeah.
It just feels a bit, I don't know, like thicker, the plastic. But I love the way the phone fits on this one much better. The other one, it goes wobbly. Like if you move a little bit, it's just weird. It feels like it's going to break in your hand.
Yeah.
Well, but this one is great.
Yeah, it was also too tall. Like it was too thick, and the joysticks were way too tall on the original Kishi. It wasn't a pocketable experience. This thing,
pass through charging?
It does. I tested that out too.
Good.
Because I was like, my battery life is low. And yeah, it totally has pass-through charging. This is, in my opinion, the best attachable controller for a phone yet. In my opinion.
I agree with you.
I'd rate this right at a 9 out of 10. I do 10 out of 10 if I get a little more mushiness out of those face buttons, personal preference. But we'll have to see what Backbone brings for their Android device.
If it ever comes out. Damn.
If it ever fucking comes out. Yeah.
It's been so long. They've teased it for so long,
True. And, that's going to be $100. This is $100. I impulse bought this off Amazon, and it got here overnight, which was awesome.
I'm going to buy it right now. What are you talking about?
I mean, buy it. It's amazing.
Going to.
I would say if we can get the price down eventually to like the $60 range, then it's perfect.
Like 60, like $65 or $59.99. because there's difference.
65 is fine. What do you think, Gilly? Sorry.
Well, the price. I think the price eventually will go down, just like the first one did. Until they release maybe the V3. I think the price will go down.
It will. It seems like it should.
You guys thinking about talking about controllers? Have you seen the new one from Power A, which looks like an Xbox controller?
Yeah.
You can separate and put your phone on it, just like the telescope controller, just like the Kishi.
Yeah.
And then when it's closed, you can actually use also as a regular controller. I thought that was pretty cool.
Huh.
I don't know the name. I don't remember the model.
Is it for sale?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not
all right.
yet.
I'll have to pick that up.
It's going soon, I think. I think it's from Power A. It's a Moga XP something.
Those were always decent. I'll have to pick that one up.
They're the ones that have the crazy awesome Switch controllers that are just all sorts of different colors and characters and everything like that.
Yes.
Now, here's what's genius again about this is that now they're taking into account the fact that all these new phones have these big ass cameras on the back. So it makes space for that camera. So it's perfectly frickin' flush with the Pixel and with the Samsung. And Diablo Immortal on this is pristine. And Call of Duty. So
is this the Moga MOGA by Power A? Is that what you're talking about, or they have another one coming out?
It's got to be a new one, right? Because the Moga's been out for years. Here. Remember the Moga back in 2014.
What'd you say? MG?
MOGA?
Yes, Moga.
Yeah.
But do you have the model number?
They have the XP5X and the XP5A. And they both look kind of Xboxy and...
Oh, no. The XP5X, I have that one. But it's a different one. It's another one that's coming out. I think is... It's not. No, it's not here. It's one that looks like the one from Nikon.
Okay.
They have like MGX Pro.
Yeah, we talked about that with Seraph.
Yeah, it's very similar to those, but it's a new one. I'm sorry, but I just don't remember the name. Yeah.
We'll have to look that up. If you find it, we'll put it in the description of the video.
Yeah.
Speaking of controllers, though. Ghoulie Kit is on a roll. Look at they released this Elves Pro controller. They're just going nuts with the Hall sensors, and this is actually a non-Hall sensor controller. Now, this works great with the Switch. It's a really nice light controller, just really well made, simple. It has vibration and rumble, which is cool. Pairing it with Windows to use with Launchbox, however, was a big letdown. It has some sort of weird bug in its Bluetooth chip that slows down my PC by 40%.
What? That's weird, dude.
It's bizarre, right? So I'm actually going to return it because I mainly use controllers on my Windows box to just test out stuff when I'm going through Launchbox. So it's solid, though. I think in Android it works, and for the Switch, it's a good controller. Misstep with whatever the hell's going on in the Bluetooth technology. The King Kong Pro 2 is still a top tier controller for me, but there's in the community rumblings of people having issues with these damn joysticks. Apparently, there's little chips. 3 out of 3 people who've mentioned it have had this issue, who actually bought these in the server, all seem to have this issue. I don't, but as you move it around, apparently the sticks pop out and have weird
scrapes
glitchiness.
or something. That's odd.
Scrapes, I don't know. Ghoulie Kit apparently is good on replacing them, but maybe I haven't used it enough, but I haven't noticed. So it still feels awesome. Guess what?
Aren't they pre-ordering their Hall sensors, their Hall sensor Switch sticks? Yep,
for the Steam Deck and for Switch,
which will be able. You can put those in the Odin, by the way.
Yes,
that's important to note.
Stoked about that. Ghoulie Kit, they're doing cool things. I'm going to probably write them a little note about this controller, if they'll read it. But you can still sponsor us. We're still stoked on your shit. Just drop us a line. Now, that stuff's out of the way. Today, everybody, Thor and I and Gilly it is our great displeasure to finally talk about Windows Handhelds. x86. Yes, it's time. Everyone's been asking about it. We've been avoiding it for months because we're this won't become a thing.
Well, it's because it just keeps getting crazier. It keeps getting crazier.
Madness.
Like there's a normal conversation about stuff, right? But then Aya and AYN are just after each other's asses. Then you have Anbernic flubbing the Win 600. I mean, and then what's this new one that we had? We were talking about putting up a new channel for it.
AOKZOE. AOKZOE
yep.
A1.
What were they making before? Weren't they making something like hand towels or some shit like that? Like
they were making bath towels for Target or something. I don't know, but they're a branch off of the 1X player brand, right? And the One Netbook. Yeah. They're like a sub company.
So it's the same. So it's the same people as the 1X player. Okay, that makes sense then. All right.
I think they're experimenting, and they made a sub company.
I almost bought a used 1X player the other day for like $750. I didn't. No, I didn't do it.
Oh yeah. No.
But, oh yeah. Did you do it? Did you pull the trigger on it? Oh yeah.
Dude, I've been having the same thing. Like I'm like, I better start testing these damn Windows handhelds. I was gonna pick up a GPD Win 2 because it's so like nice and it's a clamshell and it's so small.
But it looks like a laptop.
It's a little laptop.
I mean, it's a laptop.
So uncomfortable. It is.
It has a full
and your
keyboard.
Whole thing. I know your whole thing is like these handhelds are just laptops with controllers attached. And what is wrong with people?
They are, yeah.
Why are we doing this? The battery life's terrible. They're like the power, the TDP power we need to play modern games will drain the battery within an hour. What are we doing? Why are companies biting chomping at the bit? It's because of the Steam Deck, as we said, disrupted this industry. And now everybody's scrambling and hopping on that bandwagon. They think that this is what the consumer wants. And a portion of the consumer does want this.
Dude,
but
it's just
the aggression between the companies.
The price range is what kills me. That's what slays me here. $199 to $1,000 with 6 different SKUs all the way in between. And that's 6 SKUs in one company, not 2 companies. That takes it up to 12. So you've got like 15 Windows handhelds to decide from $199 with the new Loki bullshit Mini Pro whatever, all the way up to $1,700 with whatever the fucking thing Aya puts out next. It's crazy, man.
Well, on Amazon, the Neo Next sell for $3,000 now.
Oh
my God,
ridiculous!
Yesterday I was on my Discord talking to people, and then I said, "Hey guys, I'm just gonna go to bed. I gotta work tonight." When I woke up, we have 2 more devices announced from AYN and 5 more from Aya because they're releasing devices all the time.
Yeah,
and it just won't stop.
Well, and then
I know.
And then AYN is just now releasing 200 light units, which one of those should be mine. I was ordered 240 out of the whole thing, so one of those lights should be mine.
Yeah.
So that's not even fulfilled. They just finished producing that. So we're looking at what, 8 months out before people get a Loki in their hands. Like what's the time scale here? You know.
Well, it's vaporware until we actually see production happening. All we're seeing is just renders from these companies.
Yeah,
and people are throwing hundreds and hundreds of dollars at them, like the Aya Neo Geek and the Flip and the Air Plus, the Air Pro, the
Slide,
yes, and the Slide, everything. What the hell is going on? And every day there's a new one announced and they put up for pre-order, and then the other companies scramble, and all of a sudden AYN is putting up this damn Loki Zero now for $200. But if you
the real $199,
the real $199, but if you give the add-ons to make it comparable to the Win 600, it jumps it up to $280. Still $100 cheaper than the
slot though.
It does.
And it has dual channel RAM.
600.
Yeah.
Because the Win 600, don't even get me started on that. There is no point to that device except for the fact that it will ship soon. It'll be here now.
Right.
It's a real product. It has single channel RAM. It has, maybe 2 hours of battery life.
Maybe.
It'll play some games. It has a damn Athlon 3020E on the lower end and a 3050E on the higher end. I had to look up what this chip was. It's like the competitor. It's the competitor to the current Celeron. Why
integrated,
not just
bro?
put an ARM processor in? Why not do an ARM processor?
Hey, That's been my argument for like 18 months now. All right.
What are we doing?
Ever since the Steam Deck was announced even a year ago, I was sitting there going, just put an 870 in it and put Linux on it. For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Please. And then ask your game developers just to make an ARM compatible version of the games. That's all it takes, guys. That's literally all it takes. And dude, they just had to release an x86 handheld so people could just get off on Linux, right? And the user experience is still bad. It's still bad.
It's pretty bad.
I want to love the Steam Deck. I'm going to end up selling it to a user in RH for cost, right? But it's still bad.
It's still bad. And that's the defense. People are like, well, I'm going to load SteamOS on this, and then it's not a Windows handheld, and then it'll be good. No, the battery life is still going to be shit. Yeah. And now you're missing trackpads that the Steam Deck has.
Yeah. Right.
So you're really, I don't think you know what you're in store for here. And I think there's going to be a lot of buyer's remorse and a lot of like, why did I buy this? Because you got caught up in the hype. Everybody wants to jump on the latest, greatest thing. I mean, hell, I'm doing it too. I want to evaluate. I keep saying, well, it's for the podcast. It's for the podcast. But of course, the nerd in me is like, well, right. maybe there is that niche use case. For instance, here's a Windows handheld I'm actually excited about. It's the GPD Win Max 2 that I saw the Fox and ETA review.
Yeah.
That actually looks pretty damn cool because I can use it for gaming. It has the 6800U in it. And I can use it for music production on the go and like podcast maybe on the go. Like I have all these like use cases and I have all these excuses in my mind. I'm like,
how much is it?
I'm going to use it. Well, it's going to be over $1,200.
Well, see,
for
there you go. I paid
for sure.
I'm podcasting right now. I got my Sony camera and my MV7, right? And I'm on an $1,800 after the Magic cover and everything, right? I'm on a tablet. I'm on a Surface Pro 8, right?
Yeah.
Which has an i7 and everything like that in it. And I sit here and I'm like, okay, so Aya's next offering is going to be $1,500-ish more than likely for their new whatever. Y'all, just pay $300 more and get a fucking tablet, please. Like get a full Windows tablet.
What are you doing?
With all the accessories and everything like that. And you could do this. You could do music production. You can produce video. You can, know, open up Lightroom and fuck with your picture. Like you don't have to, have the 6-inch screen, guys.
Thor,
like,
so cute.
It's cute.
It's portable. You hold it in your little hands.
So's my tablet. My tablet weighs nothing. All right?
You can go and you can put. I don't know what.
I'm gonna make a GIF of that. By the way, it's gonna be an emote.
You can do with that as well. You can do the same.
You can make those sounds as you're playing in bed next to your wife, and she's like, "Is my husband having a stroke?" And you're just going
one side of your face.
And when you're done gaming on like the Max 2, you can put on these magnetic plates that cover the gaming part, so you don't embarrass yourself in a Starbucks. And you can be a writer.
Yeah, I saw that.
You can be an author.
Yeah, I think we need
spreadsheets.
We need to cut the gimmicks. All right, if we're gonna go portable, then I want ARM. All right, I'm not gonna apologize for that. Okay,
no, I
x86
agree with you.
battery life is going to be bad. If you just have to have an x86 machine, then make a little like Intel Nook or Steambox or whatever you got to do. Right, you can go spend that money. You can go get a Sur 4 or whatever for $500 and hook it up to your fucking TV. Why does it have to be mobile?
But wait, do you call it a Nook or a Nuke? I called it Nuke.
Nuke.
Like a
Nuke. No, not like a Nook. Like a tablet, like the Nook tablets,
like a
not like that.
I say nuke,
like if there was a
nuclear weapon,
like nuclear,
Intel,
nuclear, really?
Because it's nuclear, because it's like little nucleuses. How does science work? I don't know. That's how I always thought when I was deploying them in my IT days.
Yeah,
Gilly, how are you?
Good transition. That was solid.
I'm good. I'm
so solid.
I'm having fun.
Just sitting here listening to us bicker over nuclear.
Good, I'm fantastic. I just enjoying this.
Stubbs and I have been married for too long.
We will always fight over like the pronunciation of things.
Oh yeah.
which apparently Thoreau will never get over that. Apparently, I did one in the last episode about God, what was it? I said something horribly. Siphon filter, which, by the way,
oh my gosh,
siphon filter is on my CRT today. I'm showing it off.
I absolutely love that game, man. I love that game.
Siphon.
I finished 1, 2, 3, and I think the versions from the original PlayStation, they are fantastic.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I love I love when, like, in the second one and the third one, you arrive in the bad guy suit. Oh, it's Gabe. They already know the guy.
It's
like
Logan.
It's supposed to be like a secret agent or something. He knows the guy. It's great.
It's Gabe. Everybody knows who he is. Dude, that series is so solid. I was playing it on my PS5 because they did those re-releases and they added achievements. And it's upscaled to 4K and it's fucking awesome. And it's a great series. So I've been playing it again lately. Did you know that there was a siphon filter? I'll try to say this right. A siphon filter multiplayer game released on the PSP. Apparently,
I remember that.
Multiplayer.
Yeah, I don't remember the name, but I do remember
it was like
that.
It was only multiplayer, and if you try to play it today. For like a week, the servers were up.
Yeah.
If you try to run the ROM today, it just breaks. It just says, "Nope, service is down. Go fuck yourself."
For 20 years.
I wanted to like play with bots or something. Like, what the hell? So 989 Studios or whoever owns that property now, Sony, I don't know.
Siphon filter Dark Mirror. Is that right?
No, it was a
Logan Shadow
or something.
No,
it was a super obscure one. It was like multiplayer.
Yeah. It's not even in the Wikipedia page.
It's
That's
hard
crazy.
To find it. What was it?
That bad,
multiplayer PSP game.
We're trying to erase all trace of it from the
I'll make sure to nominate it for the no Wikipedia article when that finally passes for Game of the Month.
It looked like a good game. I don't even know the name of it now. Siphon Filter Combat Ops is the name of it. Okay.
Combat Ops.
Anyways,
that sounds awful.
It looked like it might be cool. Like there's a map editor. You can't even go into the map editor to make a map. Or you can go in and make the map, but you can't play test it without having multiplayer online.
Yeah.
I was like, this is stupid. I thought I found a new Siphon Filter game that I never played before, but I did. So anyways, back to shitting on Windows handhelds. Yeah, I just think this is a dumb trend that the scene is moving to. We're moving away from these nice long battery life devices like the Odin and into this realm of, I don't know, like do that many people want to play Halo Infinite while they're pooping? Like, from their handheld, because you can stream it.
Already do that. Yeah, you can stream it. Like it's already
stream it and have
the technology exists.
You can have an 8-hour poop.
Yeah.
On your Odin. Yeah. More than that if you wanted.
Really let those legs fall asleep,
Yeah. Well, we need to actually, side tangent here, develop a technology that allows your legs to not fall asleep so you can really luxuriate. No. So you can really just enjoy and make a night of it.
The natural world was designed so that your legs fall asleep on the toilet so you don't spend 8 hours a day on the toilet. All right.
It's to let you know to remember your family still exists.
Right.
And
you have to feed your family, Stubbs.
But I don't think they took into account like all the nice handhelds we have available today. I think that would be
when the Big Bang happened, or intelligent creation, or
oh my God,
or anybody
here comes the
created the universe. When the ROM gnome created the universe,
right?
I think they took into account one day that there would be these handhelds, especially if we're talking about that we're in a simulation or something. Because in that case, in the future, the people who programmed us in our environments know that when we poop, that these handhelds are going to be available one day.
I'm just going to throw this out there. All right.
Yeah, sure.
We all have electrical outlets in our bathroom. Okay.
We sure do. Yeah.
I mean, we all do. So
want to hook up like a monitor in there, like a whole
just get a cable
workstation.
Just get a wall charger and you're good, right?
Get one of those super amazing Japanese toilets. We know,
recycle
that you can recline on your seat and then put a monitor on top of you.
I think
recline
I think we're pushing society to idiocracy right now with this.
Doesn't the waste backflow if you're reclined on the toilet? Doesn't it?
No.
Is there a stopper? Like, how does it?
Just don't clog it up.
Okay. Anyways,
moving on.
What a life, though.
We're gonna get so many comments
on
it. You know that, right?
Yeah, we really. It's been owls, and now it's been all this. Mm-hmm. It's just that
you just explained the origin of the universe.
Oh yeah, I mean, Oh, I still haven't been into my attic, by the way, to see what the hell's up there. I'm too scared.
I told you what's in there.
I know, but I'm too scared. I'm pretty sure there's something in there that's amazing or horrifying.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Is that the door that was never open?
Yeah,
he still hasn't opened it.
I still haven't opened it. There was a guy who had to go up there for the solar panels we're installing, and I told him, if you see a little door in my attic, please don't open it. But if you can, I'm not sure what's in there, but if you have to go through there to install the technology, just like, can you let me videotape you dying?
Did you actually ask you?
Leave you.
Did you actually ask him if you could videotape?
Well, I did, and he just gave me a weird sideways glance, like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
A rosary and a salt shaker filled with holy water.
Your will.
Your will.
I need to sign a liability waiver.
Are your kids taken care of? I need to know.
Are you, before you go up there? You said your final goodbyes. Maybe call your wife. Maybe. I'm not sure about this.
Call your wife.
Yeah.
Call your kids. Tell them you love them.
So he didn't have to go through the door. He did mention that he saw the weird door and left it at that. So it's continuing to be a mystery. And I'm thinking I'm going to leave it a mystery until I pass on into the ROMverse one day.
Yeah.
And then leave it to my kids to figure it out.
When I finally come out there, I'm going through that door. Just so you know, just so we're on the same page.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna
have a gun and a silver cross. All right. And we're going to take care of it. Or we're going to solve the mystery. Okay.
All right. We need Sam and Dean Winchester on this one.
Oh man.
Anyways, did we get it all out of our system?
I think it's out of my system personally.
Yeah. I think we said all that.
I think we need some background on our beautiful guest now. I think it's time for that. Don't you?
I think it's just about time for that. But I wanted to say, having said all of the crap I just said, I did pre-order, of course, a Loki, an Ioneo, a Win 600, and I'll get this stupid AOKZOE as well.
Oh my god! I didn't order any of that shit. I'm not going to anywhere near it unless I buy it from Stubbs. So.
I have one wise between us all. One wise person between us all. That's Thor.
No. I have a sickness, you see.
I'm the same thing. I said, some of this stuff. Oh no, it's for the channel. It's necessary. And
necessary. It's a business expense. You can write it off.
Overdoing it. But I think there's one of them all that I only did purchase for the channel. Mm-hmm. You guys guess which one?
600.
Yes.
600.
Yeah,
that was just for the channel. There's no reason to get that one.
Yeah,
I think the only reason I think that thing is only gonna sell because it's gonna be available now.
Yeah,
because it's
available now.
Windows handheld, and so you'll be able to, let's say, work on it.
You can go,
and because it sells on AliExpress, and a lot of people don't have access, to other places.
Well, and that was
Brazilian
the same.
People.
Run spreadsheets.
They look for
nice.
people for
that was the same strategy they had with the 552, though, if you remember, where they was just like, we have the first one. We have the first one.
Better do it. You better do it. Better do it.
Yeah.
So I as well am getting the 600 that is strictly for this podcast to show it off. Maybe do a live stream or something. The reason I'm buying it though for myself is that I'm simply going to use it to set up my environment for when like a device I really want comes out, like the Win Max or one of those stupid Ioneo things that might be good.
So you can quick pull your registry and all your stuff and throw it on there.
Yeah, like create an image basically.
Yeah,
a Windows 10 or Windows 11 image. Get my launch box set up, get everything how I want it, and then I can sort of fine tune it and then put it on a handheld later, and then it's ready to go. And then I'll sell the Win 600 maybe, or put it up in some sort of like freak museum as an oddity. Because it is such an oddity. Why is the analog sticks?
You know what we should do
below
when you are finally done with it? Send it to me, and like those guys that frame Game Boys and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That they explode them and take the boards
framing.
out. It is worth framing just to remind ourselves what not to do. All right,
what not. Remember this time in history. This is how insane we got in this hobby. We've gone down this deep, dark rabbit hole, and we got our hands filthy. We're covered in single channel RAM. It's a nightmare. This is a nightmare. This is a crisis.
All the single channel RAM on our hands. Look
on our hands. Why
what have we become?
What have we become as people, as gamers, that we've allowed this to happen? That we've given money. We're encouraging them to do this again and again and again and again and again. Have you seen this AOKZOE? Have you seen the D-pin on that thing? It's a piece of shit. Man. It looks like it's just mushy bullshit. It's bullshit. And the Win600 has analog sticks on the bottom, and you try to reach up to your
insane.
To your shoulder sticks,
the
and
distance between
you're gonna
analog and shoulder
tunnel, you're going to get diabetes. It's horrible idea, because you're going to stretch your hand out. You're going to break your hand. You're going to break.
And then get addicted to Jello while you're in the hospital with broken hands and get diabetes? Is that how that works?
If Jello OS runs on it, yeah.
Jello OS. That was solid. I didn't expect that at all. That was solid.
Oh shit. Okay. Anyways,
the
guest. We have a guest on today.
We do have a guest.
His name is Gilly. He runs 2 channels. Okay. He runs is it a Brazilian?
Yeah, it's
Portuguese?
a Brazilian channel. Yes,
Portuguese.
A Brazilian Portuguese channel that goes by the name of Oásis Digital. 12,000 subscribers. Digital. Is it digital?
Digital.
Digital.
12,000 subs. Digital, it's better, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
better.
I remember when we first had Russ on, I want to say that he was around that number. So just in a year or so, dude, you're going to be climbing. Keep these videos up. I love the content that you're putting out there.
But I love seeing it in the self-promotion channel, honestly.
Yeah.
It's always something
quality.
Good and interesting. Yeah, it really is.
Always quality, and you're very timely with getting these videos out. Now, I do not understand a word of what you are saying, because turns out you have a second channel that's in English called Retro Oasis, which is youtube.com/Retro Oasis. And that one's in English, and I understand it, and the videos are excellent. That one's up and coming as well. And everyone, please subscribe to it. Get Gilly all the subs. The guy has a lot of heart, and he puts a lot of passion into these videos. And who has the time and energy to put out videos in 2 separate languages and then manage 2 YouTube channels?
Yeah.
We can barely manage one as 2 people. And it's madness.
It's true.
It's crazy. I actually thought, okay, I have this content in Portuguese. I can just do a voiceover and do it in English. Oh man, that is not as simple as that. It's so difficult, because I have to do all the translation or everything, and then there's the difference. There's this like language barrier, which I can say a lot more in English in less words than I can say in Portuguese. So that means I say a lot less, and I have a shitload of video, and then I have to cut a lot. So it's something that would take me 30 minutes to do. I end up doing in 5 hours the editing. You know, so it's a lot. I think I bit a little more than I can chew with the second channel, but I'm still like I'm not gonna let it go. I'm working on it, and I love doing the job. I love doing that. Yeah.
Well, so I guess a little personal info. How let's see, do you have kids? Do you have like family? I know you live. Where do you live?
Yeah, I live
What's your address? What's your bank account?
In Belfast, in Northern Ireland.
Blood type.
In the UK.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Home of the Titanic.
Yes.
And I moved here recently, actually, a few months back. before work.
Are you a hitman?
What's that?
Are you?
You moved to Ireland. I'm wondering if you're a hitman for hire. Or
oh no, no, I'm not a hitman, not yet. Though
okay,
we'll
cool.
see.
Not yet.
Well, yeah. I live with my wife, my beautiful wife. Normally, I do live streams in the Brazilian channel, and she works with me. She's always on my videos with me on the live streams.
Nice.
She always helps me with the comments and stuff. She's a huge gamer. You would be surprised.
Nice.
Like,
that's awesome.
Found a good
lately,
one.
she's been playing much more than I am because I don't have as much time. I kind of like teach her how not to share screen. So she needs her own Xbox and her own TV. She doesn't want to share anything with me.
Yeah, she won't be cheating on GoldenEye. That's for sure.
No.
won't be looking over your shoulder.
Screen looking.
No.
Look at your
See
own
you
screen.
over there.
So yeah, I live with my beautiful wife, and we don't have kids, not yet. I managed just to get a mortgage now, so I'm moving hopefully in a couple of months to our first place. I mean, I had an apartment back home in Brazil, but we sold it, so now we're getting something here, and life is moving forward, I guess.
Nice.
I want to mention something that happened to me yesterday. I went to the local shopping mall here with my wife, and I left my motorcycle on the underground parking lot, and I took the elevator up. And then on the elevator with me, we had a couple with maybe a 4-year-old girl, and then we had another older gentleman, maybe 65, 70 years old. And then we had another guy, maybe my age, and he had like a Sonic the Hedgehog t-shirt.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then, we got in, press the button, elevator starts to go up. 4 seconds later, it stops. Lights went out, and then the emergency lights went on.
What?
And everybody is looking at me. Everybody's looking. What button did you press?
This is a movie.
Yeah. What button did you press? And I was like, chaos just starts to settle. And then I turn around, I look at them and say, "Hi, you might be wondering why I called this meeting." And then everybody starts laughing. Everybody starts laughing. And I'm the kind of person that tends to make jokes if I'm in a tense situation.
That's amazing.
And then my wife is crimson red. She is like she wants the elevator to fall because she doesn't know where she can hide. And then say, "Hi guys, my name is Gilly, and I love being stuck in the elevator with complete strangers." And then everybody starts to introduce themselves. It kind of broke the ice a little bit.
That's amazing.
And then we were stuck for I'd say 5 minutes stops, and then the lights came back. Elevator moved. We went separate ways. The funny thing is, the guy with the Sonic T-shirt, I was talking to him, and he loves retro gaming.
Yeah.
And he does have an RG351V,
No way.
And then I mentioned,
good.
and then I mentioned to him I have a channel, and I mentioned I was recording this incredible podcast today. And I said, so his name is Stephen. So Stephen, if you're watching this, buddy, it was very nice being stuck with you in an elevator. It was a good experience. Yeah, I just want to mention that because I thought it was a funny story, and it was just something that happened. My wife still will hate me forever for that moment.
I want to ask him what his favorite Sonic game is, but I can't because he's not here. What's your favorite Sonic game?
Well, I love the first one. Just the basic Sega Genesis one. Yeah, I think it's just the first classic. I was a huge fan of Sonic growing up. I had birthday parties Sonic themed. And,
that's awesome.
I absolutely love the first one.
So you've been a gamer
for a while. I do like Colors as well. Sonic Colors, I do like it as well.
Really?
I just
I'm still scarred by the drowning music. That's still.
Oh yeah, just.
Yeah.
Got to make sure you load up on your bubbles. Just as soon as you see another bubble in the underwater parts, get that bubble. Gotta get the bubble. What do you think about the new Sonic? The Sonic Origins, I think it's called.
Origins,
they repackaged all the games, and apparently people are upset because it's just DLC City or something.
Yeah, I honestly I haven't played that one.
Yeah, me neither.
Nowadays, we have
Not
pretty
excited.
much access to all
Yeah, do whatever you
Sonic
want.
games. I don't know. I don't see the point of they always make something up to us to buy more games, the same games over and over again.
And over.
Yeah.
Sega's like, how can we sell Sonic again and again and again and again and again?
If they at least did something like they did with Streets of Rage 4, that was like fantastic, like reviving the Streets of Rage from, I think that was amazing.
Or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Don't even get me started on that one.
That's a new game. It's good.
Man.
It's good.
It's so good, dude.
No. Yeah, I did. I played it on Game Pass. That's right.
I finished the whole game on a live stream with everybody, just talking.
Yeah.
It was just fun.
I sat down on Father's Day in the afternoon. My wife and I played through the whole thing in one sitting. It was awesome, man. I loved it. But what do you guys think about the new open world Sonic that's coming out? Because as much as I like open world, fast-paced games like that, it looks a little hinky, personally. What do you guys think about it?
I don't think Sonic's ever done well in an open world setting. People are going to crucify me for saying that. I know Sonic Dreamcast, Sonic Adventure. I'm not a fan of those games. I like 2D Sonic. I love all the 2D Sonics. I think it's a really good formula. 3D, all the 3D entries, for my money, it just is.
That's probably why Mania did so well, and besides it being a passion project and then actually getting picked up by Sega, but Mania was that was peak Sonic for me. I don't know about you guys, but that was peak Sonic. I mean, just because it was so interesting,
Yeah, agreed. It wasn't even made by the dev team, right? It was made by fans.
Yeah, that got picked up by Sega. Yeah,
got picked up by Sega.
Yeah.
So that's pretty incredible.
Unlike, Nintendo or whoever who crucifies whoever tries anything. So.
Oh God, yeah, I know. Gilly, I'm only going to mention the Windows stupidity once more. Which of those are you excited for? Are there any of them that stand out to you as your number one choice so far?
Well, I did place an order for the Loki Max.
Me too.
I think the 6800, it's going to be a crazy powerful machine.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that one. I think if I could afford, I would get the Wing Max 2. I think I got super excited when I saw the Fonks video and GTA Prime. If you see the smile on the Fonks face when he's talking about the device.
Sold me on it.
Yeah, he's it's like, oh my God, he's a guy that I think he really knows what he's talking about.
He really knows his stuff, and he's like, this hits. If you're looking for a laptop that's also a handheld game station, this hits every check mark for you, and it's comfortable to hold, and it's big enough that it can hold a nice big battery, and it has good cooling. So
I was a bit concerned about the ergonomics, how comfortable would it be to hold a laptop and play. He says it's pretty good. Yeah,
I mean, ETA is even, of course, ETA definitely tends to hype up a lot of things. Yeah, but he was singing its praises too, and I'm waiting for that Russ review. I hope he gets this one. Let's see what his thoughts are.
Yeah, get that DM from him, letting us know whether it's good or not.
Yeah, and after that, I want to see Fascinator's Good Enough for Me's review, because he's going to be sticking that thing in a big pool of Jello.
And he is amazing. I can't believe that guy doesn't have any more subscribers, man. Every time I watch his video, I smile.
I know.
He's coming back on in August, isn't he? Early August?
Yeah, so I was going to say a shout out to Good Enough for Me, Fascinator. Yeah. He is coming back on the cast for a second time in about a month here. And yeah, we're gonna delve into whatever the hell he's up to, whatever new masks he's got. The guy is hilarious, and I can't wait to have him back on. So Gilly, you grew up in gaming. What was your first console? What was your first?
It was the Odyssey.
The Odyssey. The Magnavox Odyssey, huh?
It was the Odyssey. I remember playing that. That's crazy. I think I was 3 years old.
Wow.
And then I remember the Olympics of Los Angeles in '82. And I remember playing on my bedroom. Wow. My father was watching the Olympics on the TV. That's my first memory of gaming. That was
wow. Yeah, that's an awesome memory.
I was born in 9, so I'm 43. So I was in 82. I remember the Olympics because I remember the mascot. It was like an eagle with the U.S. colors, and that was my first memory of playing video games. It was the Odyssey.
I've never heard that answer before. No one's ever said my first console was the Odyssey. That is very unique. And I've played some of those Odyssey games. I mean, they definitely compare, and they go neck and neck with the Atari 5200, right? That's the kind of the same era. What was your favorite game on that console?
Pong.
Keeping it simple, yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, because that's what basically what I remember playing it. You know, it was Pong. And then after that, I had an Atari 2600, and then I remember playing a lot, different games. I love Pitfall and Hero, like Adventure. Those games. I had a lot of fun with it. But Odyssey was the first one.
Yeah, I deleted all of my Atari games out of my ROM library. I'll say that because I started with the NES. That was my first thing. I decided to minimize my library, like I've been talking about. And I'm like, the only way I'm going to do this is if I make big cuts, and I don't have nostalgia for the Atari. So it's all just going to go. It's all going to go. But I am down to, as of today, I'm down to 3,048 ROMs.
Getting there. You'll get there.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
So deleting your Atari collection, that gave you what? 3 extra megabytes?
Something like that.
I'm not talking about storage.
Those games
space.
are like what, 16 kilobytes, 8 kilobytes, or something like that a piece.
I'm not talking about storage space. I'm talking about scraped box art in Launchbox and having to look at the library and have it visually weigh me down in my soul, in the depths of my soul. And I want to see a nice light library of the games that I love. When I scroll through my games, I want to just have joy emit from me. Like a summer's day,
like a white light
as I scroll through the list. I'm like, oh, this feels pleasant. Oh, remember when I played ActRaiser? That feels so good. Remember when I played Adventure Island? That was so good. Oh, look at that 3D box art. Let me spin it around. Look at that back. Look at the back of that bad boy.
You have a thing for the scraping situation. I remember like maybe a year and a half ago, talking to you about this and about flat versus 3D box art. And you went on like a 15-minute rant just between you and I, just about flat versus 3D, not even box shape, or if it's just cover art and the box. And dude, it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing.
Yeah,
I respect it.
What do you prefer? You prefer the 3D or the 2D?
3D all the way, man.
He wants 3D and the whole box. He doesn't want just the art. He wants the whole box.
I want the whole box, and I want to have the back. And then the back is always going to be 2D, and that's fine. I accept that. But I want to be able to look at the front and then click on the extra picture and then look at the back. And I want to be able to like open up the manual if I want to like look at the stuff that came with the game. And there's always funny little quips in there. I want the whole experience, and I want the video snap.
I'm just straight art. I just want the cover art. I don't want the box. I don't need the 3D. I'm just straight art.
You don't
That's
need
all
it.
I need.
You just want that flat picture.
Yeah. Now manual. I like the manual. That's fun, but it's not something I'm ever going to think about. Yeah. I just want that flat. Like when it's time for Final Fantasy IV or Chrono Trigger, I just want the art that's on the box, not the box art. Personally. What about you, Gilly?
Got it.
I think the 3D looks really good. You know, I could leave with the 2D. But if I have a choice, I will go for the 3D.
Yeah, and that's why I always shill reset collection, because there's a simple button in that front end for Android that says, shout out to our boy Hav, that converts all of your 2D box art you've already scraped to 3D. Just a click of a button. And it's very easy. And by the way, there's a new version about to come out that's about to have, Hav, I'm sorry, I'll edit this out if I can't say this yet, but it's going to have launcher support built in the next release. And also there's a big change to the UI coming, which I showed off on camera earlier. So excited for these changes. I'm beta testing right now because I have a sickness, and I'm like, I need to know what's happening in Reset Collection. Give it to me.
give it to me.
Give it to me. I can't wait.
Put it in my hands.
So Yeah, everyone knows. I love that front end. I've been testing other front ends too. I've been walking around behind his back, and trying out this one called Daijisho. It it has retro achievement support. So I said, Hav, don't make me leave you. You need to add this feature in. Just please.
I honestly didn't even know that Reset didn't have that. Honestly, I had no idea.
You just got to add the API in, and then just show still, like your score or whatever, and then maybe show so easy if you unlocked. I'm not a developer. I just know what I want. I have also been testing out Launchbox on Android, and that's been going well. It's definitely coming along. Doesn't have a randomizer.
Launchbox and Pegasus it's too much setup.
Too much setup, and it's only 2D box art. It makes me constipated to look at.
2D box art. You have a sickness, sir. A sickness.
But I own it now. I mean, I've always owned it, but I ultra own it now. I will fully. I'm the first to admit that my way is not the right way, but it is my way. And on this podcast, it's my way or the highway.
Right.
So,
oh well,
that was a threat, and also
was it
a promise?
I don't feel threatened.
Okay.
We're talking.
It was
about
more of like
scraping.
a hug.
We're talking about like this is a subsection of a subsection of a subsection of a really fucking nerdy thing to begin with. All right.
Right.
So this degree of preferences and OCD, I think will like people will understand, but at the same time, I'm like, holy shit, that guy's a fucking nerd, huh? Jeez.
Yeah. We are. I am. That's just the life that we have chosen to live, and we own it. And it's cool. It's fucking cool to be a nerd in 2022.
It is.
Okay?
Damn right.
It's like,
hey, man,
never been cooler to be a nerd than right now.
I went through and reorganized my ROMs because I only have like 648 or something like right now, right? And in each one, I know, look at them. And that includes PS2 and GameCube, by the way. I went through and numbered them by my favorites, right? So when they show up in my list, the ones that I love the most show up at the top. Oh yeah.
You don't alphabetize? You list them
by love.
By love to least love?
I love appetize.
That's madness. But they're not in alphabetical order though. What do you do?
I just remember which ones I love. It's like an animal.
God,
I just live with that.
My God, it's so beautiful. It's touching. It brings you joy, and I love that. I love that.
I love that so for much. You.
Now here's you guys want to hear how I spent my vacation in North Carolina?
Mm-hmm.
Now I went to my in-laws.
Sunburned.
I got sunburned a bit and out in the ocean.
It's so bad.
I did some
makes
like
me want to send you aloe,
stuff.
dude.
I know. I was rubbing aloe vera. Look at that. Obviously I put sunscreen on here, but not there.
That's pretty much the same color my wife was at the elevator,
But no, seriously, let's get into it. All right, so there I was in North Carolina.
I'm gonna get like 10 emojis out of this cast, by the way, just so you know.
And I had you know what? I flew all 3 children for the first time across the country, a 6-hour plane flight. We drove up to Seattle, took a direct flight, and managing 3 kids, plus we brought all their car seats, is madness. It's craziness. But people are like, what handle are you going to bring on this trip? And I'm like, oh, probably like the Odin, maybe the Miu Mini. But in the end, I was like, dude, I'm going to have 3 kids. I'm not going to be 2-handing anything. I'm going to be 1-handing at best. So I brought the RP2 Plus.
Ooh.
And let me say, RP2 Plus was a beautiful travel companion. I was able to 1-hand it while dealing with whatever chaos was happening to my left on the plane, dealing with whatever chaos was happening behind my back in the Airbnb. And it was just, I was on the beach playing it. It was awesome. But here's what I was doing instead of, I beat a few games, short games. But what I was really doing was narrowing down my ROM collection during the trip. What I was doing was I was going through and using Hav's randomizer and picking random games out of my library, evaluating them for 1 to 5 minutes, saying, am I feeling joy inside my body?
Mm-hmm.
And if the answer is no, then I quit the game and I leave it in RetroArch's recently played list. So when I came back home, I could go through the recently played list, which has like 200 entries of games I tested, and then I can go through and delete those games out of my ROM library. And I thought, this is just zen. Like this, I've reached some new spiritual awakening of ROM organizing because I'm on the beach and I'm enjoying myself playing random games. Now, I've actually during that process found some games that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play the shit out of this one later on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I delete that from my recently played list so I don't accidentally delete it. And then I mark it as my favorite so that I can say, hey, I'm gonna play this one later.
I love you
now,
so much. This is such a complicated way of doing this to me because I'm just like,
I know.
Take what you love and then add stuff via recommendation later on, right? Like,
but how do I?
Oh, have you played?
How will I know?
That sounds great.
But how will I know if I don't try it?
The same way you know you don't need 3,800 Mahjong games in there. All right,
but
you don't like Mahjong.
But I need to try each of those once to know which one at least is the best Mahjong game that I'll never play. I need to look up reviews. I need to cross examine and figure out.
Right.
And then I'll keep one. I will keep one. I kept one boxing game, one Mahjong game, like 3 basketball games, 1 construction simulator.
Gilly, are you a full ROM set guy? Is that what you do? Full ROM set?
What are you doing, Gilly?
No, not really. I have a few that I
just
like
pick
to
the ones
test.
that you love.
Yeah, specific ones, for Super Nintendo, GBA, or whatever.
How many?
And I
normally
per
system?
keep mine in a separate. I do have. I think I have pretty much like full ROM sets somewhere in here. I don't know where. On my computer, I have only the ones that I think, okay, I'm gonna get to play that someday. I'll find time to do that.
Exactly.
And then I always put in all my devices, But not I don't put the full
How many
ROM
testers?
set.
How many testers do you have?
How many games per system?
I think I have maybe about I don't know all of them. I'd say about maybe 120 for Super Nintendo, maybe
120.
About 100 for Sega Genesis, maybe like 20 for Game Boy, regular Game Boy, the old one.
What?
You're
blowing his mind right
GBA,
now.
I'd have maybe 50.
No.
Nintendo DS, I'd say 10 to 20.
But okay, I like this, and I'm working my way there too. But I have to have the same number for each system. So I have 100 SNES,
dude,
100 NES,
you need
100 GBA, 100 Dreamcast, 100 Saturn. Which, by the way, finding 100 good Saturn games was difficult.
How did you find 100 Saturn games that you actually want to play?
A lot of research and time.
There's like 3
effort
that people bring up. There's like 3 games.
I know. I had to dig deep. I got
Panzer
Dragoon,
Knights,
Shining Force,
exactly.
Knights. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about okay.
I had to download a game called Virtual Casino for Saturn to get that 100th game. And every time I look at it in my library, and I'm like, dude, I hate that I'm like this. I hate that I'm like. Why am I like this? So I don't know, guys. Maybe
100 games.
What it's leading me to is the fact that I'm probably just going to delete the Saturn library in its entirety.
So I don't have to look at it. So I don't have to deal with
nothing. Because I'm like either 100 games per system. That's my goal. That's my dream. Okay, that is my regiment, my commandment, my mandate for myself, and then I'll find peace in my life.
So how'd you find 100 for Neo Geo?
I deleted Neo Geo.
Whatever I can't find 100, I'll just delete the whole system. That's it. It's the easiest thing to do.
Oh my god, dude!
It's true. I mean, it's true. N-Gage is going that way too.
Oh my lord!
So I finally, I'm like, you know what? I can't find more than 25 Sega 32X games. Well, Sega 32X is just being deleted. I can't. Well, because I can't even find one game for that library except for like Knuckles Chaotix. People bring up as a good one. That's not even a good game to me. So I just get it out of here. Dude, what are you gonna do? Like the port of Doom for it?
That's
or like,
so Looney Tunes, dude. That's
I don't know. I need increasingly more and more neuroticism in my life to let my sanity to balance out everything else going on in my day job and all this shit. So I had a wonderful vacation, and it felt good just to go through and play these games. I did beat Tekken 1, Tekken 2, fucking For the Frog, The Bell Tolls, which is a precursor to Link's Awakening on Game Boy. Yeah, it was pretty decent. And God, I swear I beat one other game. Oh, Pepsi Man. Pepsi Man, I did.
Awesome. Yeah, it's so funny. I love that game.
That was fun. So I got some good gaming in. I also, for the bachelor party, went to an escape room and then rode on jets. We rented some jet skis and then rode it in the Atlantic, like Ocean Channel out there in North Carolina, Surf City. And I'd never ridden a jet ski before. Turns out they go really fast, 55 miles an hour on these Sea-Doos. And I was following behind my friends, and a boat comes by us. Now, there's a joke book on Amazon called How to Avoid Huge Ships. And this was an inside joke with friends for years. Like, it's 100 pages and all the reviews are hilarious. But the book boils it down to you can either go to the left of the huge ship or to the right to avoid it. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a huge ship. I'm going to use that book. I'm going to use the knowledge. I can go left or I can go right. So I was laughing in my head about this being a reality. And I go to the right and I go way too fast. And I realized that boats create wakes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I hit the wake and I go freaking flying off the wake. And I'm like, oh my God, my life is flashing before my eyes. I'm definitely going to die. And I land. And the Sea-Doo like flips to the right a bit, and I start to take on water, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" and then I zoomed forward, and I was fine. It was good.
Yeah.
Now I was so freaked out, and then I started getting more confidence, and I started chasing the boat, and we all started chasing the boat to go off the wakes faster and faster, and being crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
Until a dude who was with us, his name was Rick. I'm sorry, Rick. I got a little too excited and I didn't realize you can't brake, especially in midair. And I landed my Sea-Doo on top of his Sea-Doo really fucking hard and actually hit him in the arm. Oh. And I'm really sorry to Rick. Afterwards, I was like, do you want to file an insurance claim? I'm so sorry. He's like, just don't mention it. Just act cool. I don't want to get charged for that. That's fine. And I'm like, all right, I'm so very sorry. Right. I'm so very, very sorry. Oh, he's totally fine. He's like, I'm fine. He's a big dude.
Because you started like his name was Rick. I was like, oh my God, what happened? It was.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here thinking that you're going to start telling me that North Carolina State Police is looking for a manslaughter charge or something.
Well, no, I saw my Sea-Doo go off this wake, and I see it going towards Rick's Sea-Doo, and I'm like, that's not good. And then I'm like, okay, brake. And I land in the water and I try to brake really fast. There is no brake. There is no brake on a Sea-Doo, really. You just pull off the gas. And I just land the nose of mine right. I smack him right in the back and I hit him in the arm. And I'm like, fuck, that's bad. I'm so sorry, dude.
I think that's the subtitle for this episode, by the way. SKU Wars.
What?
There's no brakes on a Sea-Doo.
SKU Wars is an excellent title. There's no brakes on it. So I learned how to. I also hit my brother-in-law a little bit. I love tapped him.
You sound like you were a fucking menace. All right, on a Sea-Doo.
I was having so much fun though, and I realized I need to calm down and go a little slower. And I did, especially after a fisherman yelled at me because I went way too fast right where he was fishing.
Yeah,
right by him. I was obnoxious. I was just a menace. So I want to open a Sea-Doo resort now.
I'm sure you do. I'm glad you had a good time on your vacation.
Couldn't run Retro Oasis for shit on it.
You deserved a good vacation.
Thanks, man. Now that's enough about me. How are you doing? I heard you've been having some fun with your house sale.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So
you want to talk about that? What happened?
So everything was set up, right? We're closing next Wednesday, selling this place, taking possession, blah, 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 blah. My entire life is packed up. I've sold most of my machines, okay, for work. Everything's packed up.
Yeah.
We're set to go. We were going to have a garage sale next weekend. Like it's a whole thing, right? My buyer backed out.
Fuck.
5 days before close. So now I'm re-showing my house.
Oh man.
If anybody who hasn't experienced this, showing your house entails getting chased out of your house literally 4 or 5 times a day for an hour every single time. Right?
Oh no, man.
And so we're back to showing the house.
Square one. You're back to showing the house. What?
Well, I mean, luckily,
how did he back out? Why did he?
So they claim because of the rate increase. Sorry to get too technical here. The rate increase from the Federal Reserve for the United States. That their flip company, because she was going to buy it and flip it, and then essentially resell it to herself because she wanted to live here, right?
Okay.
And refinance it, but because she was going through a flip company, she said that they wanted all of a sudden $40,000 more in cash up front for the down payment, which sounds like bullshit to me, but I can't prove it. But then, within 48 hours of that, she had already signed the release to let us out of the contract. So I don't know.
At least
back to selling the house.
At least your hands are washed of the drama of that situation.
Yeah.
But it sucks.
And
it
thankfully,
sucks ass that
the people that we're buying from are very patient and very nice. And we're like, I'm so sorry. We still want to buy your house. Our financing is fine. We're good. We just have to sell this place first so I can put a monster down payment on the other one. And yeah, that's it. That's pretty much what's been going on over here. So we've been prepping, we've been packing, we've been doing all this stuff, and then no, we're not selling our house yet. And so we're like another month out for closing, and all of this stuff that was all set up. I had to call all of my utilities today and push it out a month. And I mean, because I'd already canceled everything. I canceled electric and internet.
You're ready to go, man.
Oh, I was.
You're
set,
like, this
man.
is
I was so sad.
If you're 5 days from closing on it, there's like no way people are gonna back out. And then I mean, we got nervous on our house sale for that same scenario, and thank God it didn't happen. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
It's all good.
You'll find new buyers though. You'll find new buyers.
We've already got 6 showings tomorrow. So
good.
I mean, we put it up today and have 6 showings tomorrow. So
where are you going tomorrow? Are you renting a jet ski?
We actually
going in the water.
I wish, because we have the lake house up in Wawasee.
We can go. You can come up to Oregon. Let's rent some jet skis, man. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Let's do it. We'll bring the camper out. Make it weird.
Stay at least 100 feet away from me, of course, but
because you'll kill me. No,
because I will.
So in Indianapolis, they opened up this new shop, and thankfully this episode comes out, on Tuesday. So this will already be done. So the people that are hunting me won't be able to find me. But there's a new shop, a new restaurant that everybody loves. And it was supposed to be for Father's Day, but we made reservations 2 months ago because all it is Instagram fodder. It's sugar and sugar and sugar. And like one of their dishes is like 40 scoops of ice cream and shit like that. Like it's real,
tasty.
Pinkies out, glass and sweets and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah.
We're going to do that and then go see the new Jurassic Park movie and
hell yeah.
Then eat too much pizza, and I'm probably going to pass out at my in-laws. So,
okay, that's
not
something bad.
This
Good
restaurant
plan.
has drinks that are made for like 4 to 8 people, and my mother-in-law called me today and asked me if I wanted to split one with her, and I was like, "Get your fucking own!" Like, what are you talking about? Get your own. What are you?
This is mine.
We'll split one. We'll split one. Yeah.
You do you. Yeah. All right.
So that's what I've got going on. What about you, Gilly? What do you got going on, man?
Yeah. What's going on in your life? What's happening?
Well, as I mentioned, I sold my apartment back home in Brazil.
Nice.
So we put we had some money to do as a down payment for the mortgage. Yeah. And since we had everything organized here, and I went to a mortgage advisor here. The guy was fantastic. He really helped us out, and we were just sick of going to different places and looking for houses. It was just, and I'm sure you guys been through that, and it's like some of the places is just like crazy. It's so bad, and the smell, and there's some place like I don't know how people live like that.
Yeah.
We went to a house. It looked, honestly, man, it looked like a refugee camp. There's like clothes everywhere. Like there's like a beer cans everywhere. I was like, oh my god! And the smell. Like I went into the living room and they said, okay, yeah, that's not for us, and we just walked out. It was just like it's like the guy didn't make any effort to show the place.
You don't want to enter into that transaction
here in the States, we jokingly call that a fixer-upper. So
that is definitely a fixer-upper. I mean, you're probably going to get it for a good deal, but you're going to be putting a lot of sweat equity into it.
Yeah,
and getting rid of the smells is the hardest part.
Yeah,
I don't even think the bank would approve that. If the bank went to check out the house, they wouldn't approve the purchase. It was just
their smell-o-meter would be off the charts. They'd be out. They'd be washing their hands of this whole thing.
So after we saw a bunch of places and we saw this beautiful, it was a semi-detached house, and it was like a nice, like a big backyard, big front yard. It has a garage. It has a shed in the back. Like everything, like all
Love
the check
sheds.
marks that I wanted on a place. It's there. 3-bedroom, like huge living room. Attic space. I was like, oh my god, that's the place. And then we made an offer, and they accepted. So
congratulations.
we went through the whole mortgage process. Everything went through. So now we're just waiting to sign the papers. I'm actually doing like a private survey of the place, just to see if anything went wrong with it. And hopefully everything go okay. We'll sign the papers, and I should be able to move in I'd say a couple of months, maybe less.
Hey, awesome, man!
Super excited to have.
So we're in the same spot.
That's office.
That's cool.
Get yourself a little man cave there.
Something like that. Yeah, super excited. Yep.
Well, congratulations, man! That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
we were
all around this year.
We were just trying to get this in before my son came because he's due here in like 6 weeks. So.
Ooh.
little bit of pressure's on there. Oof.
Little bit. Itty tiny bit.
So you see him like kicking now, right? You see him like outright just kicking all sides.
I'll put my leg up on my wife's lap while we're on the couch or whatever, and he's not having it. He's like, get off of her. So
he's already getting that personality out there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Dude, I want you to live stream the birth for me. Like I've been there from the beginning of this. I want to know what handhelds you have.
Part of the podcast.
Hey guys, Live. Welcome back to RH Live. We're here with Thor, Mrs. Thor. All right,
and soon to be little Thor.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man,
darling, don't mind. Just let me hold this camera and have it point directly at your vagina. Just don't worry about it. All right. It's private. It's on a private stream. It's not up on YouTube. It's via Discord. We're good. All right. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. We will edit out if you poop. We'll edit that part out.
Edit out. Yep. And
totally.
If you're listening right now, RH patron crew, okay, this is a Court of Owls situation, and I need you to not record the live stream, okay? I
do not record that live stream. We will need the birthing center V90 back though. Whoever has that right now, we will need that sent back because every child that's born of RH needs to have that V90.
Oh my gosh, the lore just keeps getting worse. You know that,
you
right?
See, Mr.
Like
it is. Mr. Faust made us like a cult like logo symbol, like with an owl, like the RH logo and an owl. And I was
look at his profile pic. Look at it.
Yeah, look at Mr. Faust's profile pic. I was impressed. I was scared. I was proud.
Well, we always joked that the RH logo looked like an angry chicken face anyway.
It is. It's always bird related.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I'm not a bird person, but
neither am I.
It's come to infest my life. I'm seeing chickens and owls everywhere lately, and it's just part of this lifestyle, and I embrace it. That's fine. It's fine. Well, Gilly, we're gonna wrap it up here. I think it has been an honor having you on, sir. It's been just
Thanks
great
for coming on.
Absolutely,
your elevator
man.
story, it's I love that.
Absolutely, man. It was a pleasure to be here. I think you guys, the work you guys do on the podcast is amazing, and what you did
Thank you.
with the Discord community, unifying everybody. I think it's a great place to be. I think it's the place to be. If you are into retro gaming and retro handhelds, and it was my pleasure to be here. Fantastic.
This is love the energy. Just love chatting with you. You bring the giggles out of us, and we got to have you back on. This has been a lot of fun.
Absolutely, it will be my pleasure.
People can find you at a few different places, right? So youtube.com/Retro Oasis for your English channel. youtube.com/Oasis Digital with the little symbol above the A. What do you call that?
I
don't know what to call that. I always have to Google you and then copy
I
the
don't
A.
even know I don't even know the name in English.
To use it because I always want
to. We say acento.
The tilde thing.
Yeah, the tilde.
Yeah. Well, anyways, youtube.com/the thing.
And we're on Discord as well. We have our own server on Discord.
Oh yes.
Normally, from our on the description of the videos, we have the link for our Discord, and on Instagram as well. Just look for Oasis Digital on Instagram, and we always post some stuff there as well.
Yes, that's right. Well, we're gonna post this, I think,
in the description.
In the description. Beep boop. We'll get those promos out. And link to your Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. Because we got to get your name out there, man. We got to get your face out there.
I appreciate
it's a great face. It's a great voice. Love what you do.
It's a great face.
And if you're willing, I'd love to fly you out here if you'll go check my attic for me and let me know what's up there.
Absolutely.
I'm looking for a volunteer.
It would go me and Thor will have a weapon in our hands, and then we'll find out whatever it's. I'll make sure I'll bring a handheld with me. I'll make sure I bring a handheld with me just in case we go into an alternate reality where they don't have games. Okay, so I'll get a power bank as well.
It might be
sure
a
you
Stranger
have that 512 SD in there at least.
Yes.
Yeah, at least.
Hashtag Rob says.
Well, good guys. You too.
What was that?
That was just my horse sound.
The horse noise.
That was my I give up sound. I was about to take us out, but you do it.
You want me to take us out?
Yeah, you take us.
Because I can take us out.
You take us.
Well, hey everybody! Thank you so much again for listening in. We love our community. We love you guys. Retro Handhelds for life, baby, for life. Make sure to check us out on patreon.com/retro handhelds if you'd like to get a little bit more involved in our community. We've got tons of great stuff going on there and a private chat for our most dedicated users.
Risque.
Risque. Oh my goodness. But again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Gilly, thank you so much for being here, buddy. We had a great time. You're such a good personality, such a good dude, man. I'm so
good dude.
Grateful that we have so many good people in this community.
Yeah.
So thank you again.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
So I'm Thor.
Stubbs.
Gilly.
Catch you later, guys.